Here's an example. As a plaintiff, which is the secondary capacity, you'll be using it in a way whereby someone says, hey, you owe me $50,000 in car loan. You owe me $50,000 in student loan. You owe me $50,000 in child support arrears. And because of that, I'm garnishing your check. I'm going into your bank account. I'm sending you monthly stuff as a reminder, as a due notice that, hey, you are my debtor and you're not going to get away with it. You flip that position by doing an accord of satisfaction. Now, let's say you've done everything that needs to be done properly in accordance to the principles of equity, in accordance to principles behind having an accord. And they keep coming to you after an accord of satisfaction and saying, you still owe me. You will now become the plaintiff at that point. The key word for that is subrogation. Again, you have just effectively subrogated them by doing an accord of satisfaction. Another thing is, accord of satisfaction is an old maritime law. Yep, but that maritime law is an equitable one. See, a lot of people speak about maritime. They're using maritime law, they're the bad guys. You can do the same thing. Just because they're using a certain tool the wrong way or to your detriment. Say someone has a battle axe and they're constantly running after you, scaring you with it. You know, you can have a battle axe also and do the same thing. Just because now you see a battle axe on the ground that you can use to fend off that threat doesn't mean you're going to say, oh, they're using a battle axe, I'm just going to ignore it and I'm going to run away. But in truth, that battle axe is the same tool you're going to use to defend yourself or to assist yourself. Accord of satisfaction, when you watch pirate movies, they'll use the word accord. In some case, they'll use the phrase accord and satisfaction. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Watch that movie. They use the word accord and satisfaction a lot. If they don't use those two words, accord and satisfaction, or that phrase accord and satisfaction, they'll use the word accord. It's a maritime jurisdiction, and they're telling it to you. If these people are using maritime jurisdiction against you, then there are remedies within maritime jurisdiction. And you know what's even better? Accord and satisfaction is also an equitable relief. Most reliefs that exist either exist at law itself, or within equity itself, or within a supplemental jurisdiction, which is maritime in itself. Accord and satisfaction blends into both worlds. It's like having a neighborhood that is in between two cities. That's what accord and satisfaction is. And you can enjoy the same capacity between both. That is why accord and satisfaction is very powerful. That is why you hear people who know about accord and satisfaction, they will make reference to it, but they will never give you the details. And when they do, they will give a little bit here, a little bit there, and that's it. And the ones that really know about it, like lawyers, judges, congressmen, this is how they don't deal with any issue. This is one of the things that they use to deal with themselves and their issues. Just as they use Articles of Confederation, which is the Republican Constitution, the United States for America. When a congressman, a rabbi, a priest is charged with raping a child or doing some crazy stuff, you know how they get off? These are Articles of Association, Articles of Confederation. Let's not deviate too far. In the sense that accord and satisfaction is an equitable relief, the reason why it is equitable is equity does that which ought to have been done in the first instant. Meaning, think of at law as the middle point, where there are 3 points. There's a beginning point, a middle point, and an end point. At law is always that middle. Equity is the beginning and the end. There's an African proverb that says prevention is better than cure. So you prevent something from happening, like a temporary restraining order, aka injunction. That is equitable. It prevents that middle point from even coming to life. But what if at law that middle point does not serve you well? Either because you failed to prevent it from occurring, or you tried to and nothing occurred. What fixes that at law's efficiency is equity. When it comes to loans, when you contract, or when someone tries to subrogate you, the remedy, which is the third point, is court and satisfaction, meaning it retroactively changes the terms and condition of something. You come into accord with someone. So let's look up a couple of keywords here. Subrogation. That's the first term. The term subrogation, this is according to a website that basically accumulates the most recent definition of banking terminologies from different financial and banking dictionaries. It's bankinter.com. Subrogation. The term subrogation refers to a change in the terms and condition of an agreement consisting of substituting one person for another in the fulfillment of an obligation. So now it is primarily accepted as a form of defense, but through equitable relief of subrogation, you can become the plaintiff. Equity allows you to switch and flip that role. Ordered, that the order is modified on the law without cost by reversing so much thereof as partially denied defendants cross motion for summary judgment, cross motions granted in its entirety, summary judgment awarded to defendant, the one invoking a court in satisfaction, and complaint dismissed against him, and as so modified, affirmed. The full 50-minute video is on the Patreon page. Thanks for those that are on Patreon, and for those of you guys who watch this on YouTube also, thanks. Take care, and best of luck.